everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are in our first game going up against the best of the best, the top of the top, the almighty, the indestructible, the unstoppable Tearlaments. Alright, so he's going to activate Instant Fusion to go into Kit Kalos. He also used Terraforming, so he has his field spell in the hand. He's going to activate Kit Kalos to add a Tearlament. He's going to add Sulliek. He's going to activate the field spell to add another Tearlament cards from his deck to the hand. Alright, he's going to activate Kit Kalos, special summon a monster. Then he's just going to start chaining and start fusion summoning. And you already know what the deck does. He's going to mill 3 cards and mill more cards. And he's going to fusion summon even more. And wow. The big dogs, he's popping off, bro. He's popping off. So I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit because he's just gonna be doing a lot of fusion summoning. So we all know what Tearlaments do at this point. I mean, they're everywhere. So he's going to pop his own card. He's going to go into Kaleido Heart. Alright, and then he's gonna mill some more cards. And alright, so what do we have here, bro? We have a Sheridan. We have a Rule Kalos, which it can negate the activation of one of a special summon monster. We have a Kaleido Heart, which can pop a card. And alright, let's see what we have. So we activate Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of that field spell. Alright, we activate Zombie World. We go into Ghost and Sorcerer to the graveyard. He's going to activate Sulliek to negate my Vampire Ghost. It's alright, no problem. You do that. Alright, then he's going to bring back his Kaleido Heart because, you know, that card is just cracked. Then he's going to mill, he's going to fusion summon, and it starts all over again. The big dog is popping off again, bro. And all we have is just poor little Vampire Ghost in the field. He's going to make a Dragostapelia. But it's alright, bro. It's alright. We have Kurikara, so since he activated Kaleido Heart this turn, I can special summon my Kurikara by tribute summoning the Kaleido Heart. And this right here, I didn't pop the Dragostapelia. I popped the Sheridan because he has the Sulliek, and the Sulliek only activates if he has a Tearlament monster. So that's why I got rid of the Tearlament monster instead of the Dragostapelia. And then here, I guess he doesn't know his own cards because he put a Predaplan counter on Kurikara. So that means I'm already negated. But I did it just to bait him, and I mission accomplished. So I got him to waste one of his shufflers because he put a Predaplan counter on Kurikara. That means I'm negated. I cannot activate her effect. But anyways, he's gonna destroy my Ghost. It's alright. Oh, we draw Ghost Mourner, and this is funny, bro. You're gonna see just how funny this game is. I hope that everybody at least makes it to the end of this game, because this is just hilarious. If you don't watch the whole video, please just watch this duel like this. The way that I win this is just too funny, bro. It's hilarious. So I try to steal his Dragostapelia. He's gonna activate his other shuffler. So he's gonna shuffle back my Ghost and my Sorcerer, and he's gonna shuffle back some of his cards. It's alright, I'm not too worried about it. So next he's going to special summon this beast. I activate Ghost, and then this card right here, he can special summon it when the attack of all monsters your opponent control is more than that of the monsters you control. So that's how he's able to special summon that. But I activate Ghost Mourner, and now please look at this card because this is what wins me the game right here. So if your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard this card, target one of those face-up monsters, negate its effect until the end of this turn. Also, this is the funny thing. Also, if that face-up monster leaves the field this turn, its controller takes damage equal to its original attack. So please, read your cards, because I guess he did not take the time to read my card. He just thought his monster is negated. So it's just hilarious. So he's going to activate Heartbeat to get rid of my Zombie World. He's going to activate, but he is negated. Alright, then he's going to normal summon Cyberstain. so that he can fusion summon another Kaleido Heart. He's going to activate Kaleido Heart to send my Kurikara back to the deck. Then he's going to attack. And I have nothing, bro. Like, he could have definitely won, but he got greedy. And because he got greedy, he ended up messing up, and he ended up giving me the game for being on a greedy. Because watch now. Boom! And now he is dripping in blood for being a fool, for being a dummy. Bro, he had it, but he did not read Ghost Mourner, so he ended up getting rid of his beast. And because he got rid of his beast, he had to take 3,000 damage to the face. And now he is dripping in blood. Watch, look at that blood drip. Look at that blood drip. He is crying tears of blood. And I love it. I can't get enough of it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And we are back with some more vampire action. And this time we're going up against branded Tearlaments. So we open up with Ghost, send Familiar to the graveyard, search for Sorcerer, and we can send Retainer to the graveyard, activate Familiar, send Sorcerer to the graveyard, special summon, activate Familiar's effect so we can search for Voivode, special summon Retainer by sending Ghost to the graveyard so that we can search for our trap. And then because we don't have Zombie World, I instead make a Linkurboh just for extra protection. If I had Zombie World, I would have made Vampire Sucker instead. But yep, laid down the trap, and now it's our opponent's turn. So he's going to open up with Brand Diffusion. I am going to negate that. And I think maybe he was trying to bait me with it, but you know, it's Brand Diffusion, you have to negate it. So he's going to start screaming. He normal summons Reinhardt. He's going to mill, I believe, his Marrow with the Reinhardt effect. Yep, and then he's going to activate Meryl to try to fusion summon, but we have the D.D Crow. So we banish Meryl to prevent the fusioning from happening. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. He's going to special summon a Guido so that he can make an Abyss Dweller. And because he made an Abyss Dweller, I don't want him to shut me off of my graveyard for next turn. So I activate Ghost effect so that I can normal summon Voivode. Just in case for next turn. I don't want, if he shuts me out of my graveyard, I want to make sure that I have some plays. So I make a Voivode this turn. And then also because Voivode was normal summon, I can steal his Tearlament monsters. And I create a little defensive wall. The Abyss Dweller can attack over it. So I don't think it was a bad move at all to normal summon Voivode. So he's going to activate Abyss Dweller, try to shut me out of my graveyard. We're going to make Dhampir. And I know we usually make the zombie vampire, but because we are going up against Tearlaments, and obviously you don't want to mill their deck, right? So we make Dhampir so that we can get rid of the Abyss Dweller so that we can try to do as much damage as we can. I don't want to give Tearlaments enough chances, so I just really want to hammer them as much as I can. And then, yep, so we hit him, bring him down all the way to 1400, and now it's our opponent's turn. And here he starts to, this is actually funny. So he summons Aluber, and then Aluber usually allows you to search for the Brand Diffusion, but I guess he forgot that he's only running one Brand Diffusion, and he already used it against me. So I guess he forgot about that. So he just crashed into Voivode because he has no more play. So he starts tearing up some blood, you know, the blood is dripping now from his eyes because he knows he messed up, and he's about to just get completely exsanguinated right now because he's going to activate Sulliek, but he has no Tearlament monster, so he cannot do anything with that trap card. So yep, the tears are coming out. Goodbye, thank you, see you next time. He is dripping blood. Look at that blood drip, dripping in blood. Hello everybody, welcome back. We have another Tearlament player, and in this duel actually I think I might need your help. Like towards the end, like I couldn't make sense of it, but anyways, he's going to pop all, so which is why the end of this duel is really had me, I don't know, a little perplexed. Now I would try to explain everything that's going on, but it is just too much that's going on right now to even try to wrap my head around it and try to commentate on it. But He's basically, you know, setting up his graveyard by milling, so that he can start to fusion summoning. He's gonna activate his shuffler as well, try to send back some cards. But he didn't send back the monster that I D.D Crow, so I don't know if that was intentional or if that was, I don't know, on purpose. But anyway, he's also going to mill my deck, so he throws in Mezuki to my graveyard. He also throws Uni-Zombie to my graveyard, which I can use it later on to my advantage. But yeah, he is just popping off. Like, sorry that I don't commentate on what's going on, but it's just too much to try to even, you know, wrap my head around it. And anyways, but he finally makes a Kid Kalos. Then he's going to activate Kid Kalos effect. He's going to activate Havnez effect to fusion summon. I think he goes into Rule Kalos. Yeah, so yeah, he makes a Rule Kalos. So now he has Kid Kalos, Rule Kalos, Bro Kalos, all the Kalos. And then he sets 3 and pass turn. And like, this is a crazy board, bro. So like, I need help understanding why, you know, he does what he does at the end. But anyways, I activate Mezuki to try to get Uni-Zombie on the field so that I can try to make some plays. He's going to activate Saliek. Oh no, actually he's going to just flip it up. And then I'm going to activate my Forbidden Droplet, which is going to negate his Rule Kalos and Kid Kalos. And then here I activate Glow Bloom, and I was trying to search, but here he activates his Scream. And he also activates his Saliek. But here it says, if you control a Tearlaments monster or Visa Starfrost, you can target one monster your opponent controls, negate its effect, and send one monster you control to the graveyard. Which I thought it was good. He can negate my Uni-Zombie because I was about to pop off with Uni-Zombie. But yeah, so he activates Forbidden Droplet as well, and then he just scoops. I don't know why he scooped. I don't know where he might have, I don't know, messed up, but yeah, I don't understand. But yeah, thank you. A win is a win, I suppose. But oh wait, and now look, he's actually dripping in blood too. Man, all of these Tearlaments players just dripping in blood, bro. Like, go get a tissue, homie. Hello everybody, welcome back. Now our next game, we are going up against Floowandereez, I believe. And our hand is not the best, so I just set down Banshee and Imperm, and our opponent's gonna activate Pot of Prosperity. He's got Dimensional Fissure, Robina, Token, and an Extravagant, Terraforming, Called by the Grave, and he ends up getting the Terraforming. So we are going up against, Floowandereez. So he's gonna add Pot of Duality as well. He's just trying to get as many cards as he can from the deck to the hand so he can pop off. He's gonna activate Terraforming to get his field spell, which makes sense because the field spell is limited to 1 now, I believe. So he tried his best to get that field spell. I mean, that field spell is cracked. But yeah, so he's just gonna do Floowandereez things. He's just going to add and summon and add and summon. We negate the Eglin, but it's not enough to stop him because he's got the Book of Moon. So he's going to bring his own monster into face down defense position to dodge the Imperm. Smart move on him. Smart move. I'll give him that. Smart move. Alright, and here I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because he's just going to add and normal summon, add cards and normal summon, you know, just what Floowandereez do. Alright, now he's got his big dog, his big penguin on the field, so alright, and that's it. He's going to attack into Banshee, then he's going to try to D.D Crow Banshee, but thankfully Banshee has a quick effect, so before he can banish my Banshee, I can activate Banshee's effect to get Zombie World because he's scared. He is scared of that Zombie World. And sometimes some people ask me, you know, which one do I prefer, Zombie World or Vampire Kingdom? And this is the reason why I always prefer Zombie World, because Zombie World on its own can shut down a lot of decks. And Floowandereez is one of those decks that can get completely shut down by Zombie World. So we activate Ghost, and here you see I normal summon Ghost, and usually this field spell pops off. So look at the field spell. If your opponent normal summons a monster immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one Floowandereez monster. You can only use each, well, that doesn't matter, but anyway, so he couldn't pop off because of Zombie World, because in order for him to pop off, he usually needs to have Winged Beast monsters, but Zombie World turns everything into zombies, so it completely shuts down Floowandereez. So that's one reason why I prefer Zombie World over Vampire Kingdom, as it can shut down a lot of decks. But anyway, so we go into Vampire Sucker. Alright, we're under Maxi as well, but it doesn't matter to us, so we did almost summon Voivode. And then we steal his Penguin and his D.D Crow to make our Zombie Vampire. Alright, we're going to draw one with Sucker. So we make Zombie Vampire, and this time we're not going up against Tearlaments, so we can mill the decks without worrying too much. And we do all of this under under Max C, but because it's Floowandereez, they cannot do anything under Max C. So we send Glow Bloom, we activate Glow Bloom to get our Doom King Balerdroch. And with this, we set up an OTK. And we did all of this, thankfully, to Zombie World. So that is the answer. That's why I prefer Zombie World over Vampire Kingdom. And this fool right here is also dripping in blood. Look at that blood drip. They're all just crying tears of blood. Hell yeah. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back. And this is our final game for this video. And we are going up against Floowandereez again. And the reason, I don't know why. I guess because of DK's tier list. You know, he put Tearlaments at tier 0 and Floowandereez are now like tier 1 or tier 2. So those are the two top decks. I guess in his opinion, everybody's now just running Floowandereez and Tearlaments, because that's all I ended up playing when I was doing a little ladder climbing. But anyway, so you know, he's just doing a lot of adding and normal summon. I'm going to just fast forward a little bit just to save time, because we all know what Floowandereez do. They just going to, yeah. Anyways, back to us. He's got the field spell. We got Zombie World, and as you already know, Zombie World can completely shut down this deck. But this guy, he actually puts up more of a fight than the other Floowandereez player, so he can actually pop off a little bit even under Zombie World. So I give him credit for that, to be able to do all of these things under Zombie World. But anyway, so we normal summon Uni-Zombie, send Glow Bloom so that we can search for Voivode. And the reason why I didn't get Doom King is because I already have Doom King in my hand. So I go for Voivode, and the reason why I didn't send Doom King to the graveyard was because he actually added a D.D Crow to his hand. So I know he has a D.D Crow to his hand, so if I send Doom King, he's just gonna banish it. So I don't want him to do that, but instead I send Sorcerer just to have him there. And then this becomes a little unfortunate for us. So he ends up, I think, activating a Pot of Duality or something like that, I think it is. Let's just fast forward a little bit. So he cannot really do a whole lot because Zombie World is on the field and he needs Winged Beast monsters on the field to be able to do anything. But yeah, he gets the Pot of Duality and he ends up getting Dimensional Fissure. So that kind of sucks for us, because even though it's on the Zombie World, he can still activate his effect, which is going to reduce my Voivode, and then because of Dimensional Fissure, Voivode is now banished. But because of that, I am going to make him pay. How dare you? So we get Mezuki out there, we're going to smack him, and we're going to smack his other bird. And then with this, we're going to make our Skeletal Dragon Felgrand. And then this is a quick note if you don't know. If you're going up against Floowandereez and they have the Penguin on the field, you want to put whatever effect monster you want to activate in defense position. So if you don't know, the reason why you put it in defense position is because it says while this tribute summon card is in the monster zone, your opponent cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters they control in attack position. So this card right here can actually kill Mech Knight as well. But that's why I put Skeletal Felgrand in defense position, because I want to banish it. So this card, when a special summon, you can target one monster your opponent controls or in the graveyard and banish it. So I want to banish his penguin, so that's why I put it in defense position so that I can activate his effect. And then it's also 2800, so he's going to have a hard time trying to attack over it. But because Zombie World is on the field, even though he's adding his penguin again to the hand, he cannot normal summon it, because again, he needs to have Wing Beast monsters on the field to try to tribute anything. So even his field spell, he cannot do anything with it because he needs to have Wing Beast monsters, and then he's just going to concede. So yep, this is just again showcasing the power of Zombie World, especially against this top tier deck. So that's another reason why Zombie World can overthrow Vampire Kingdom. But anyways, yeah, let's move on to the deck list. Alright everybody, welcome to the deck list. Let's go over them real quick. We have 2 D.D Crows. As you know, this can counter Tearlaments to banish any monster that they may activate whenever they want to do a little fusion summon. We have 2 Familiars. Familiar is going to search for Voivode whenever we special summon her from the graveyard onto the field. We have Glow of Bloom that can special summon either Doom King or Voivode if we have Zombie World on the field. If we don't have Zombie World on the field, then we can add those 2 monsters to our hand instead. I have 2 Kurikara, and the reason why I run it, because I made this deck sort of as a going second deck. I was just testing stuff to see where I have more consistency with in terms of having a better winning rate. So I added this card because this card must be special summoned from your hand by tributing all face-up monsters on the field that activated their effects this turn in your opponent's monster zone. So as you can see, or rather as you saw against some of the Tearlaments matches where they activate their effects during my turn, I can tribute their monsters and special summon this card, and then it also gains a 1500 attack boost for each monster that it was tributed. So sometimes you can OTK with this card. So that's why I run 2 of it, because I kind of wanted to make a going second deck just to test things out. But anyways, we have 2 Maxis to try to draw some cards. We have 2 Retainer. This is going to search for our Vampire Trap card. 3 Uni-Zombie. As you know, this is our general starter. 2 Ghost, Mourner, and Moonlit Chill. As you saw in the in the Tearlaments matchup, how crazy this card can be if they don't read the effects. So it's a negate, but it's also a burn card if they end up removing the card that I negated from the field. So it's a funny card, and it comes in clutch. Then we have Vampire Ghost, which is our vampire starter. We have 1 Mezuki so that we can special summon monsters from the graveyard by banishing it from the graveyard. We have Sorcerer. As you know, Sorcerer in combination with Ghost, we can pretty much have 2 normal summons in 1 turn. We have Banshee. This is just so that we can search for our Zombie World. We have Keldo, just to shuffle cards from the graveyard just to prevent any fusion summoning happening when going up against Tearlaments or any other deck in general that may have any graveyard effect. So we also run the other Mudora. We have Vampire Fraulein. Fraulein, as you know, is going to special summon herself from the hand during the damage phase, and then it can give our zombie monsters a damage boost by burning life points. Bolan. Bolan is a extender because he can special summon itself by sending a zombie monster from our hand to the graveyard. And if Zombie World is on the field during our opponent's turn, we can activate its quick effect so that we can target 1 zombie monster from their graveyard, and then if it leaves the field, it will get banished. So it's a good way to outsource our opponents. Doom King Balerdroch, as you know, this is the zombie side boss monster. Crazy card. And Vampire Voivode, this is our vampire side of the deck's boss monster. Crazy card. 2 Zombie World, as you saw, completely shuts down Floowandereez and other decks alike. 2 Cosmic Cyclone, just to banish field spells, and because Runic is still a thing as well too. 1 Call by the Grave. 2 Forbidden Droplets. As I said, it's a going second deck, so I just try to have enough negates. 2 Evenly Matches as well, just to negate, and Impermanence, it's another handy hand trap just for going second. And then Vampire Domination, it's an Omni Negate. And then we have Immortal Dragon. This is just to send monsters from our deck to the graveyard. You know, if I need to get Banshee in the graveyard, if I need to get Glow Bloom in the graveyard, if I need to get Mezuki, it's another way to get those cards into the graveyard. And Skeletal Felgrand, as you saw in the Floowandereez game, I used this card to get rid of sources that our opponents may have. So this card, when it's special summon, you can target one monster your opponent controls and you can banish it, and it can be on the field or in the graveyard. Also, if a monster is special summoned from either graveyard while this monster is on the field, you can target one other face-up monster on the field and you can negate its effect. So this kind of works a little bit kind of like YuGioH. Barone de Fleur, you know, it's just an Omni-Negate, pop a card. Abyss Dweller, this is to shut down graveyard, so it's a counter against Tearlaments. Dhampir, this is to steal monsters from our graveyard by also getting rid of monsters from our opponent's field. Zombie Vampires, to mill cards and special summon monsters from either graveyard. Just be careful with this card. If you're playing against Tearlaments, you do not want to activate this card, so just be careful. Linkurboh, just for our level 1s and to, you know, just Linkurboh. Vampire Sucker, you know, zombie worlds on the field. We're going to tribute our opponent's monster instead of our own. IP Masquerena, this is just to add protection for our link monsters. Dark the Dark Gloomer, just to extend. If we need to steal a dark monster from our opponent's graveyard, we can do it, and then we can link climb into either Fascinator or any link that we may need to go into. Spright Elf, because sometimes if I have Retainer in the graveyard, I can special summon Retainer, and then I can activate Retainer's effect to get the Vampire trap card. But also for the protection. That's why a lot of decks are also running Spright Elf just for the protection, because where is it? If your opponent cannot target monsters this card points to with card effects, so just also for protection. Vampire Fascinator, she can steal a monster from our opponent's graveyard when special summoned, and then you can tribute Vampire monster and target one monster your opponent controls to take over it. So this can kind of help with clearing the boards. Magnite, you already know this can be a boss monster against Tearlaments. Sometimes they might not have an out to it. YuGioH, this is just to shut down graveyards and to shut down any banished monster that might try to activate. So yep. And then Underworld Goddess, this is just to pretty much tribute any monster that we might have a hard time getting over. But yeah, this is pretty much the deck I've been testing, trying to make a going second deck, because the problem is, you know, whenever we go first, if I normal summon Uni-Zombie or if I normal summon Ghost, a simple Ash Blossom or Imperm will just completely shut us down. So I feel like maybe going second might be better, and that's why I added all of these tech cards just to go second to see if we have a better fighting chance. But yeah, anyways, thank you all if you made it this far into the video, and if you enjoy the content, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, help me out, trying to reach 500 subscribers. But everybody that's been rocking with me so far, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your evening, wherever you may be in the world. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all in the next one. Sayonara.